Hi, welcome back to the Always on Top podcast. This is episode number 2, and at the end of the last episode, episode number 1, and it's all recording the same day. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, I said I was gonna talk about suicide, and I really I want to talk about this one. Like, I feel like this one is urgent, and I really like it, and that's why I'm recording 2 in the same day. But I'm just gonna be honest with myself. I have to be honest with myself. Like, I can't keep lying to myself. I can't keep sitting around and holding these things in. And I guess this is the only way that I'm gonna be able to get it out. It's more like shit. I'm gonna have to just tell the whole truth with nothing cut out, because every time I tell somebody something, it's always something missing. Like, I don't tell them everything. It's always something missing that I just can't talk about for some reason. Like, with every situation, there's always something that I never said nothing about in that situation. Because out this out everything that I can say is, I just can't say it. Like, I can't discuss it. I can't say anything. And a lot of times in situations where I should have said something, I said nothing. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm having to live with the fact that there was no words. And I never gave an effort to put words there. But if you want to start with this depression, suicide, this journey, I guess. It started like a long time ago, and I'm glad I'm doing the episode back to back, because it really runs into what I was talking about, Genesis Story, and I'm gonna talk about a different song in this one. But Genesis Story, it encapsulated what created a hectic life for me when I was younger, and the reason why everything just moved so fast. Like, the other day, I walked in the kitchen, and my sister was in there, and I just looked at her, and I was like, "Are you okay?" Because sometimes I be like, when I be walking around just looking at my sister, I think about my younger self and how I was, and I was always so quiet, and I had so much built up pain, like, that I felt like I couldn't tell nobody, and it was just it was built up, and nobody could ever see it. I never let nobody see it, and it was like, so I know, like, I've always knew that about people, like, because I've gone through it so many times, that some people just, you can tell, like, they going through the motions. They not, it's like they there, and they feel like they just there, and it's like everything just, it's like, yeah, you move and you doing this throughout your day, but it's almost like you standing still and everything is just moving around you. Sometimes that's how I used to feel when I was younger. Sometimes I still be feeling like that now. I be feeling stuck. Like, everything, like, I'm just here and everything moving around me. But yeah, I just, she said she was okay. Wasn't really nothing going on. But like I said, I say that to say, because that's how I was when I was younger. Like, I just had so much built up pain, and I didn't know where it came from, and it was just like everything was moving so fast, and it was just like I was there, just living, I'm just here. And it was really, I was born in circumstances that were over my head. I was born in circumstance, like I said in a song one time, I was born in circumstances they would kill at. And what I meant by that was I was born in circumstances that a motherfucker was ready to kill me. And I was born into that. Like, I was born in circumstances that they would just, you feel me? Like, and my dad was always moving, you feel me? Doing what he do. And yeah, she played as a mom in my life. But my mama always spazzed when Deja did like a little too much and tried to just really just take me under her wing as her own. So she really couldn't do it like she wanted to. Then I felt like at a certain point in time, it felt like she didn't want to. She didn't. But I say that growing up, I didn't have nobody. I was always left to myself, left to my own thoughts, my own devices. And that's why I'm so introverted as a young adult, because it'll be times where I'll go in my room and I won't leave for days. Like, and that's probably some people that, like, over the pandemic, that probably happened to a lot of people, but like, I wouldn't leave for days at a time. I wouldn't leave my room at all. I'll leave to fucking piss and eat, and that's it. And I'm back in there. I don't talk to nobody else, and I wouldn't say nothing for days. Like, I wouldn't even have a fucking simple. I wouldn't even have a simple conversation. Like, I don't even. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and I always pushed her away. And she's a big topic of what I'm talking about today, because I took out a part in the first podcast that I'm re-uploading right now as we speak, as I'm speaking now, but it has something to do with crashing out about a bitch. How my homie, he didn't say that shit, but anyway, that's irrelevant. Really, what I say that for is because I said something along the lines of, you can find yourself in a situation where you think that hoes are more important than what you have at home. And that can be dangerous. That itself can be dangerous. Because I said getting comfortable in relationship can be dangerous. Because I said that when you're comfortable in a relationship, you know that person all too well. And that it makes you want to cheat because you want something new. Like, it's boring, right? But what I failed to say, because I was talking about I couldn't keep my thoughts together, and I was trying to get so many important points in at the same time. But what I failed to say is the flip side of that, which is, it is good to be comfortable with somebody like that. It is good to be comfortable with somebody to the point where you know everything about them. Because that person you can trust, you can depend on. They're going to be there for you through thick and thin. That's good. And people, and there's two types of mindsets of people who have that person in their life. There's the mindset of a person who is like, I want to keep this person. I don't want to let this person go because I'm comfortable with them. And I don't see myself being this comfortable with anybody else. I have to keep them. And then there's that other side that I talked about, which was, you get too comfortable and it's boring, and you want something new. You need excitement. Like, this shit, like, I'm too stuck in a norm. And I feel like there's two different there's two different types of mindsets and two different types of backgrounds that come with these two different types of people when they find themselves in this situation. Okay, so the person who wants to keep that person, for instance, maybe it's either they've never had that before, or they had it before, they lost it, and they're trying to find it again. that person is looking for stability in their life. They need what they once had, or they need something that they've never been shown before, right? And then there's that other person who gets bored. That person who gets bored, they most likely they ain't never really kept a relationship for real, because they can't every time some shit get good, they can't keep a hold of it. And that's probably because they come from a background of no stability. Like, they never seen stability in their life. So it's like, that's all they know. They gonna keep an unstable life. They never really gonna fuck with the same person consistently. They can't really fuck with the same person. But that's all off on a tangent. I like to go on those. Yeah. And growing up, I was just isolated. And sometimes I had my core group of friends, and I always like that. Like, everywhere I go, I just got a core group of friends, and I don't really try to dive too much out this way or that way. And I got a lot of trust issues with people, and it's also like I don't connect. I don't connect. I don't. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about me. But I feel like I'll go places, and then I'll start talking, and then people feel like I'm weird because I'm an intellectual. Like, I want to have a deep conversation. I want to know what you know. Teach me something, or let's exchange information. I do that everywhere, and I try to, you feel me, talk with a look, you feel me, but I'm not interested in the same things that people are interested to. And that's even evident because I learned how to fucking do the audio engineering shit, and I just fucking stuck with that. And fucking here I am doing a podcast. Like, you gotta be in a different shit. You gotta be thinking a little different to do stuff like this. But I never connected with people. I've also talked about that in my songs. All this is new stuff. I've also talked about that in my song. I said, I see a world filled with emotion, but I can't in tune with it. In fact, I still can't. Because I look back on myself, and I look back, and I still be in this like kind of way I be feeling now, and I just look back on myself like how I was feeling, and it was like I used to look in on myself and be like, I don't feel nothing. I see all these people, they can cry, they feel so deeply, but I don't feel that deeply about nothing for real. I don't feel that deeply about nothing. Only music for real. That's the only thing I've been able to really just keep. Like, the only thing I've been able to just keep in my life around consistently. That's it. And that's always bothered me. That's always bothered me. Why can't I connect? But growing up, it was like, I always felt like I also stood out. I also felt like I stood out, like, because my brother was really popular, and me, I felt like I was just like in the background, just in the shadows. Like, I just felt like I was unseen, unheard. Nobody cared about me. Like, I felt like I was just, like, nobody knew me. Nobody knows you. And that always bothered me. Because I'm like, damn, my brother's really popular. Everybody loves him. And it's just like me, I'm just, Artavius. Nobody really know that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, that's how everybody else is. But in the family, it's always been the opposite, where I was always the shiner, and my brother was always outcast. But out in the world, with all the friends and shit, my brother was the shiner, and I was always the outcast. Which is fucking crazy. I I'm just going through my thoughts. Coming because I'm trying to get it to a point, but it's like, damn. I just and that's why coming up I had self-esteem issues, but that slept through the cracks on me. I didn't realize I had self-esteem issues because my first ever, like, okay, I was always introverted, but my first ever just thought, like, I don't feel good about myself. Like, my first ever coming in contact with that was sixth grade in home ec, actually. And I was talking about self-esteem, like how teenagers have some teenagers have low self-esteem and they don't feel that good about themselves. I'm reading the book like, what the fuck? I don't feel bad about myself, motherfucker. Yeah. Then that's like kind of when I start getting into, because I was never a social media kid or nothing. Like I was always a gamer. So it was like, once you feel me, start getting into social media, I started taking pictures and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm fucking ugly, son. What the fuck? I'm fucking ugly. What the fuck? So I wouldn't take pictures. And then when I did take pictures, sometimes they be weird. Like, I remember one time my stepmama got a call from one of the people who work with her, who had me on Instagram. She was like, why the fuck your son taking pictures with his eye rolls back? Anyway. Yeah. So, I was always just weird. And I had to break out of my shell in some form of fashion because it was girls that I liked in school. Like, I like girls in kindergarten, even though if you're dating in kindergarten, bro, stop. Anyway, if your kids dating in kindergarten, tell them motherfuckers stop. Anyway, like, it was this white bitch, and I said the other day that you couldn't pay me $1,000 to fuck her. You couldn't pay me enough. About the same girl that I used to have a crush on in elementary school for 6 years. Okay, so we're diving in this. I had a crush on her for 6 years. First time I ever seen it was like love at first sight. It was like love at first sight, and I couldn't get my eyes off her. I'm like, oh my god. And then like the introverted side of me, that's when it started coming out. Like, the kids used to be playing, and I wouldn't play. I just walk around, and I just watch the kids play, and I just like watch how they is, just like watch like what they talking about, just how they acting, just analyzing them. And I'm fucking in kindergarten. This is kindergarten, and this is what I'm doing. I'm over there by the fucking swings, not even swinging, just fucking looking. Or I'm just sitting in the swing, just looking at everybody, just analyzing, just thinking. Like, I'm just thinking. Like, I'm so deep in my mind, I'm not saying shit. I'm just thinking. This how introverted I am. For real. And I seen this girl, I like her. I'm like, damn. I ain't never felt no feelings like this before, actually. It's my first time ever feeling like, damn, like, I like the way she look. Oh, like, type shit. So, I said, she playing with this dude. She playing with this little dude. His name William. Playing with this little dude. And I'm seeing her. But see, this the first signs that these is as kids. We are kids. But it's really like showing the signs of who we gonna be later on. Cause she was real friendly. You feel me? Like, she was with everybody, talking to everybody, you feel me? Like, playing around. Like, they playing pretend, they doing this, they doing that, they all, you feel me? I'm like, what the fuck? How they got so much? What the fuck? And so it became this thing where just like every time we go to recess every day, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna see her, I'm gonna try to, I might. It took me so long to even try to talk to this girl. And every time I had, just like, I swear to God, it'd be like 2 or 3 words. And then like we wouldn't converse. And then I remember one time we were out there probably like second grade, because it was like before we got a class together. This is crazy. Okay, it was before we had a class together, second grade, and we out there on the playground, and it was like the little kids playground, the big kids playground. So somehow they let us on the big kids playground, but it was like just me and her. Like for some reason, all the kids were gone, or like they had went back inside, and we were just outside by ourselves type shit. Like it was just me and her, and then I actually had a conversation with her. Like I actually, like, you feel me, talked to her, like, you feel me, conversated with her. And you feel me, now we got a little something going. So then third grade come around. Believe it or not, believe it or fucking not, believe it or not, I get in on my knees. I get in on my knees, and then I fucking start praying. I'm like, God, let this bitch be in my class. Let this bitch be in my... I didn't say it like that, but I'm like, let this girl be in my class. Oh my God, just let this girl be in my class this year. Let this girl be in my class this year. I fucking go to school. First day, she's in there. I'm like, like I'm fucking dumbfounded. I'm like, what the fuck? God, answer my prayers. God damn, God. I'm like, oh, God, for real. I dead ass prayed about this bitch to be in my class, and she ended up there. I'm trying not to be loud. It's really late at night. Anyway, I ended up sitting next to her. I was sitting next to her for like the whole year. Shit. Me and the William guy she was fucking with in fucking kindergarten, the little one kid, fucking we got in trouble for threatening to beat the kid up. He was throwing rocks and hiding his hand because he was talking shit to us. Like, shit, I was just chilling. He came sideways to me. So then I come sideways to him, and I'm like, oh yeah, shit, we can take it there. Shit, we can go, we can fucking we can fight at recess tomorrow, cause recess already passed that day. So we said we can fight at recess tomorrow. So he go home and tell his parents, and they come back the next day talking about some. Did you threaten this kid that you was gonna beat him up? And I'm like, no. I start fucking crying because I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my God. I think I'm done. My mom finna beat the shit out of me. But I end up telling him, like, but he started it with me. Like, he started with me. I don't even know what the fuck. I used to something like, he said something to Kelsey at the bathroom, made her cry. So then I said something to him. So then he said something to me. So then, you feel me? It go there. And so they was like, oh, well, if that's all, you feel me? Yeah, I remember vividly. It was actually recess that day had passed, and I couldn't find him. We went to recess. I'm like, what's up? He like, I think I couldn't find him, or I said, hey, what's up or something. He didn't want to do it. So then I'm going home, and the principal come get me. And then, like, at the end of the day, the principal come get me, call me to our office, and then that's what they bring up. And I'm fucking balling. And I tell him he started with me. In the middle of me balling with this fucking black principal, because I was fucking started crying with the white principal, and she got sent me to the other lady. She like, you a fucking mess. So she sent me to the other lady, because she don't know what the fuck to do now. And then I ended up talking to her, telling her he started with me, and she was like, oh, well, that's all you have to say. Shit, send me home. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was a little story from elementary school, but I was fucking with her, and then she was in my class 4th grade, but see, things changed in the 4th grade. I forgot all about Kelsey in the 4th grade, because that's when I met my friend AP, Aiden Perez, which I'm gonna have soon on here, pretty soon. Hopefully he'll come do it. But that's when me and him met in 4th grade, and when we met, we were at a table together with 2 girls, and one of them was Grace Ann Ingram and Ella Staub. We were across the table from them, And I was trying to get at Ella, and he was trying to get at Grace Ann. But the thing about it was that I was best friends with Grace Ann, and he was good friends with Ella. So I was like, hey, bruh. Like, cause like we at the table, like, me and Grace Ann talking, me and AP talking, him and Ella talking, me and AP talking. So it's like, we not talking to the one we like type shit. So, first day, you get a little bathroom break or whatever. So we go to the water fountain, cause we instantly connected. We like, oh yeah, I fuck with you. So then we go to the water fountain together. Then I tell him, I'm like, hey, I fuck with Ella, son. I know you cool with her, and I know you fuck with Grace Ann, and I'm fucking best friends with her. So shit, I fuck with you, you fuck with me. So that's how we that's how we clicked in. And then he became one of my best friends, bro. Still to this day. And yeah, I forgot all about Kesu for 2 years. Up until basically about the summer of 5th grade going into 6th grade, I started talking to Kelsey again. Cause the other thing just never worked out. Too ugly. So I started talking to Kelsey again. But I didn't forgot about her for so long, so I haven't seen her. So I haven't really realized like what the people saying. Cause see, the way the school is set up, like it's separated. Like, so I'm on this side, they on that side. We go to recess at 2 different times, so we got our own little set of cliques and groups and drama, and they got their own set of cliques and groups and drama. So I'm not on that side, so I'm not realizing what they saying about her. She getting fat and ugly. But I'm not seeing it because I ain't been on that side. I've been over here fuck with Ella. That shit didn't work, so now I'm back over here. Somehow I ended up getting back on that side. I don't know how I got back on. I think it was like they started mixing it up. We had like an hour recess on Fridays where it was both. And yep, that's exactly what it was. It was an hour recess on Fridays and it was both groups. So then that's when I started getting the folks on the other side. But yeah, I talked to her, right? And this is my first really girlfriend because I never really talked to nobody. I had this little girl named Haley or something. I fucking asked her out like off a truth or dare, like a Oreo or something. I forgot what to call they shit. And then she said yeah, so I'm like, oh shit, you can be a girlfriend. The next day I'm like, I don't want to date you. She said, no, I don't want to date you either. So we was like, okay, man. But yeah, I started talking to Kelsey, and she's like, so I'm finishing it off. First night I'm telling her, I've been wanting you for so long. I fucking love you, all this. And then like 2-3 days later, 4 days later, she fucking starts talking to Raylan. Stop talking to me. And I'm just fucking mad. I'm fucking pissed. Cause it's like I spent all this time crushing on you, and now I get you and you just fucking do some whole, like, I'm mad because it's my first time ever going through some shit like this. But nowadays I'll be like, yeah, a hoe gonna do what a hoe do. But see, I'm young simp dick, but yeah. So that leaves me in the middle school, and I'm down. I'm defeated. I'm feeling like, cause I tried to talk to this one girl, the first girl I tried to talk to, fucking Jada Gibson. I tried to talk to this girl named Jada Gibson. I was crushing on her bad, and she was a white girl. All these girls were white girls, by the way. All these girls were white girls. And she just, like, she wouldn't give me the time of the day. She was dating Luke. She was dating Luke at the time. I was waiting on them to fucking break up so I could just slide in. She fucking ended up breaking up with Luke as expected. Still couldn't slide in. So I'm just like, fuck. So then I just said, fuck it. I'm stop fucking with the white girls. I started fucking with black girls. Ever since, I haven't even talked to her. I don't even look that way. I don't even look a white girl way. I know that sounds racist, but I don't. I don't even look a white girl way. I've been done so damn bad by them. Like, I don't even. But anyway. Yeah. And and those times that I did get knocked down, they weighed on me. It always weighed on me. The times that I get knocked down always weighed on me. I never really forget, and that's why I'm able to talk about it like now, because the times that I did win, like, when did I win for real? When? I don't know. Hell, when did I win? I won. I won sometime. Playing the cards with girls and stuff like that. But the times I lost weighed on me, and I was always taught to keep my emotions in and never let them be shown. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't. My dad used to tell me, don't. A man not supposed to cry. A man not supposed to let nobody see you cry. And I took that as a man never supposed to cry. You're not supposed to cry. So I grew up just bottling everything in and just not knowing how to deal with nothing, not knowing how to talk to nobody about nothing. And so it just got to a point. And by the way, before I met Aiden in third grade, I went to a therapist. So all that, my dad telling me not to cry and me just not being able to, because it was one time where I started crying and I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I tried. I couldn't. I couldn't. And that's happened recently at my graduation party. I sung my song Reminiscing. And the thing about it is, and this is why it touched me so much, because it was like every show I've done up until that point, I've gotten stiff armed. I've just gotten mean mugged. It felt like I knew people fucked with it. Like, I knew, like, people fucked with it. They fucked with it. Yeah, it was hard. It was hard. You hard. I'm hard. You feel me? I know they fucked with it. But I never got no applause. I got people come up to me like, oh yeah, I fuck with your music. Let me, you feel me, get your Instagram. Let me, you feel me, get, like, every time I've had that happen. But I never had just the whole audience just applaud and cheer. I've never had that. Up until that, well, I've had that, but up until that point, I had never had it. It's always been just, especially in the party environment. That's why I knew that the party club environment, that's not for me. I knew that wasn't for me. I know that I'm made for like the lounge type, or like the stadium type, the arena type, because of the simple fact that, well, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, what I am saying is, on my graduation party day, I sung that song Reminiscing. I've been reminiscing, thinking about the brighter days, 'cause I can never really see when the sun comes. That song. And it was like, I seen smiles on their face. I seen joy. For the first time ever performing, I seen joy on people's faces watching me. And when I finished, I couldn't even hold it in. I couldn't even hold it in. At my graduation party day, I was crying from the time I walked in there to the time I left. I swear to God, I cried like 3 times, because it was like, I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop crying. Those were tears of joy, though. But I did have a panic attack. I'm gonna get to that. But when I finished, they fucking cheered. They clapped. They cheered. They clapped. And I never felt that before. And right now I'm tearing up because of the simple fact that meant so much to me. It meant the world to me, for my passion and these people to sit here and enjoy and clap and support me. I felt so supported. I thank everyone who came and supported me like that. Oh my God. That will last with me for the rest of my life. the rest of it. I will never forget that. Ever. And since then, every time I performed, they have clapped. They have cheered. It's like that was a turning point for me. And when I started crying after I finished that song, I couldn't stop crying. I cried for like 45 minutes. No bitch shit or nothing. Because this is after everything after what's gonna be said, you gonna understand why I couldn't stop crying. Because I learned that crying is good. It is good to cry. It is good to let that shit out, let it go. Cry, fuck it. Fuck who cared. Because I grew up so long feeling like that I couldn't cry. I used to cry in silence, like just I don't want nobody to hear me, I don't want nobody to see me. Like my stepmama used to be like, you'll be in the back crying, and I would have never knew. Cause I taught myself to just cry inside. I just let the tears flow. That's it. I don't make no sound, just let the tears flow. And all through my life, I've had thoughts of killing myself, but I never really had like intentions. I never really had intentions. And I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about when you have somebody that you really love, that you're comfortable with, it would be better if that person, as long as that person is good to you and they're not doing you wrong and they're doing everything right. Because best believe there are people out there who they know how to do things right. They know how to do it. Some people just know how to do things right when it comes to relationships. And when you find that person, hold on to them. It is better that you be in the mindset of, I need to keep this person. Because not only will they make you stronger, because they're going to be your backbone. In the times that you need them, they're going to be there for you. At least they should, if they're doing things right. Because no relationship works in tandem if you can't support the other person when they need you. Because you're going to need them to support you when you need it. And that's what I had. But I'm so young and dumb and thinking that I want to experiment. I'm young. I want to experiment, which is not a bad thought to have. I want to experiment. I want to see who I really like. I don't know if I really like her or not. I don't know, because I haven't had anything, so I don't know. I don't know if this is all I really want. I'm young and dumb thinking that. Not thinking that after high school, fuck all that shit. I'm not even gonna see all these people. I'm not even gonna have all these expectations. I'm thinking that I know that, but I'm not really moving like it. And on top of that, smoking a lot of weed, I going to jail, and it's just everything is going wrong. It's I've been dealing with depression really bad. She knows that. It's a lot going on in my life. I'm so uncertain. I don't know it's just moving so fast. And she's just my rock. She's my rock. She's holding me solid. She's holding me level, above water. And I know that. But I still can't stop myself from fucking off. Because I'm just in the understanding that, this is forever. And she's not gonna go anywhere. She not gonna up and leave. I'm understanding, I'm not under the understanding, but I'm moving like the bitch is basically tied to my hip, and she's not. Because if you want to think about it, all of everything besides currency and material, All of this shit is fucking mental. It's a mental game. All of it. Laws, government, all of it. Because they're not tying you at the hip to think that whatever we say goes. The only way that these folks can make you do what the laws say and make you feel like, okay, well, this is the way it goes, because they put real life implications with it. They have a system in place with the material things they have, which is the money and the construction and the platform, and which is really only the money, which is the only way that's going to provide the motivation for resources to come and get you. That's the only thing keeping everything in balance, money. Because all the rest of it is mental. It's a mind game. Relationships it's a mind thing. There's nothing tying you to anybody physically. You don't have to, there's nothing tying you. Only in your mind do you have this bond. I say that to say, I mean, every relationship comes with its problems. Not saying that every relationship is perfect, because I can't even sit here, and that's why I said I gotta be completely real with myself, because if I would have never started fucking off on her and started fucking with other bitches and getting caught up, we wouldn't be in situations where she don't trust me. She think I'm doing this when I'm doing that. I can't be honest with her. I can't do this. Like I can't move. Like I can't move how I'm supposed to, how I need to. I can't do it because she don't trust me. And I'm still going behind her back doing certain shit that she don't want me to do, because she don't want me to smoke because I'm not supposed to be smoking, because I got a court case coming up. They're going to drug test me. She don't want me smoking. I'm still smoking. I can't stop. So I got to sneak off to go smoke, and you feel me, do that. I can't show because she want to FaceTime me every day, so I can't put my face in the camera. I got to go off on, take my camera off. And then when I go out, you feel me, go smoke with my friends, she think I'm cheating. I'm with a bitch. Or I'm not showing. And I didn't give her the time and the affection that she deserved, which she really deserves more. And I told her towards the end, and I still believe this to this day, if another man can give that girl the happiness that she deserves, then it'll honestly make me happy, but it won't, because I can't have her. But at the same time, it will make me happy, because at least she get what she deserves. That's what she deserves. She's a real person. She's a real person. Like, she's so real. A type of person that every person needs in their corner. And I fucked it off. On top of that, going to jail, got this shit hanging on my head, and I can't stop smoking. And the fact that I lost her made me smoke even more. It made me smoke even more. Like, I wanted to die. I wanted to die. And really, I never told nobody this. And I guess this is gonna come out on a podcast, and this will be the medium that the truth gets told on. But in all actuality, the reason why I wanted to kill myself is because I lost her. That's the reason. And I couldn't see life without her. Like, she meant too much. And even after the fact, I lost her still. I lost her fucking with a bitch. Like, I think I lost her fucking with a bitch like some months ago. Like, I texted her like months ago, like months ago. And then she find it like recently type shit. Then she break up with me. I'm just like, what the fuck, son? That shit was crazy. So that shit like brought me all the way down, cause like I'm like, what the fuck, son? I don't got nothing left. What the fuck else I got left? So for some days I just thought about killing myself. Then I tried it. It was like I just thought about it for like a day. I sat on it for a day. Then the next day I was like, I'm gonna try to hang myself. And the closet that I'm in now, recording this podcast, and it was like a lot of clothes in here. And I set up an extension cord like up there. Y'all can't see, but at the top of the closet there's like a little shelf, and it's got like a thing where you can hang hangers on, and I hung it from there. And it's pretty high. It's almost like reaching the ceiling, probably like 12 inches, a foot from the ceiling. And I tied it in a knot, and I tied it around my neck. And at first I just tied it around my neck, and I just sat there and I cried in the dark. And then I took it off and I walked out. I walked out. I walked outside. I went to go smoke. And I just looked up at the sky and just thought about everything, just thinking. Then I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it tonight, like early in the morning. Like I'm gonna wake up in the middle of the night and just do it. So they'll find me. And I actually started like planning. Like I started writing draft tweets on Twitter. So if somebody was to ever go to my Twitter one day, just trying to find some shit, they'll find like the last note or something. And I also set a wallpaper on my phone from Twitter, and it said "Long live Arte." So when they find me, they'll know what to say. Cause I always felt like nobody will they're not gonna give a fuck about me. They're not gonna give a fuck that I'm dead. They're gonna read my name for like a month. I gave myself a good 30 days where everybody in the whole city is gonna read my name. And then after that, I'm gonna be gone. Like, no, everybody gonna forget about me. And that's why I put Long Live Arte, because I felt like it was really just a sign like, this is what y'all gonna rip till y'all forget me. And I set it as my wallpaper the next day before I was finna do it. And I went in there and I tied it around my neck. Then I started dangling. And I was there for like I don't know how long. But then some just told me like, get up. Because the rope is not long enough for me to hang. The room is not tall enough for me to hang. Because the rope is really short. But if I was to get on my knees, like my knees wouldn't even touch the ground. My knees wouldn't touch the ground, and I'd be hanging like that. And that's how I was. And yeah. Some told me to get up though. And I did. And then I just sat there in the dark again with the rope around my neck. And then I just started I hear like footsteps. like my mama coming towards my room. So then I try to like walk out the closet real fast, and she like catch me in the act type shit. Then she asked me, "What did I do?" And I just started crying. I couldn't say nothing. Um, yeah, I just started crying. And then she found a rope, or the extension cord. She called the ambulance, and they took me to the hospital. I got a psych eval, and then off to the Cato West, which is a mental hospital. And this was December 22nd. December 22nd. And so I get there, and I'm thinking, oh, well, I didn't want to go in the first place, but I'm thinking like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna be here. Because they told me like 3 days. They told me like, you'll be there 3 days. And then I get there. I guess they told me 3 days because of the fact that I was just so mad I didn't want to go. I'm like, no, fuck no. I fucking protested in the hospital. I'm like, no, I'm fucking not going. But they made me go. And so I go. Had to leave my girlfriend. She came up to the hospital and we got back together. And so that cheered me up. But I still gotta go to the fucking mental hospital. So now I got my girlfriend back, but I'm in the fucking mental hospital. And I was there. And I learned a lot. And I met a lot of people and I learned a lot from them. And I just realized life could be a lot worse. People have lived a lot worse lives. It gave me a whole different outlook on life. Like, I just learned that things, like, that's why when shit goes wrong, I don't even try to panic now. Because it's like, things could be much, much worse. Much worse. Things could be much worse. Much, much worse. But, in the mental hospital, I thought I was going to be there for 3 days. I get there, and they told me, nobody stays here for 3 days. And I cried. Because I knew I wasn't getting home for Christmas. I wasn't coming home for Christmas. There was no thought. Actually, I thought I had a chance for Christmas, but the closer it came to Christmas, I knew I had no chance. I was there. I wasn't getting out. I knew I wasn't getting out. I got out like the day. I got out 2 days after Christmas, actually. I spent another day in there. Then they told me I was going to get out the next day, and I got out the next day. Hell yeah. And that gave me a whole different outlook on life. I started reading books, and I'm actually writing a book. It's called The Depths of Despair. I might talk about that later in a later episode. But really, all of that story, that trip of me going to the mental hospital, not necessarily the trip of me going to the mental hospital, but the feelings that I was feeling, just the different emotions and what I was doing, I encapsulated that in my song Give to You. I mean, not Give to You, fuck, my bad. I encapsulated that in my song You. It's called You, and it's just spelled U, like letter U. I got it from Kendrick Lamar. It's on To Pimp a Butterfly. His album is called You, and I really like this song. And I'm gonna do a little explanation on this before I leave. But it was him soberly speaking his thoughts about himself, soberly speaking to himself in the first part of the song. He just, you feel me, explaining himself, speaking sober thoughts. But then the beat changes, bottles clink, and now he's speaking drunk thoughts about himself. and it's exposing way more. Whereas in the first part of it, he had a lot more restraint. He was saying it, but he's not like saying the self-conscious thoughts that he's having about himself, like the guilt that's weighing on him. But that liquor brought it out in the second half, and now everything it's got motion, it's got weight. You didn't like the self-hate, the self-loathing for those mistakes. It comes out. It's called You. And so I'm thinking I want to make a song about this journey that I've went on with depression and suicide. And I was like, I'm gonna name it You after Kendrick Lamar's You. And so I start telling my story. It starts off on the thoughts, like I said, these are my thoughts, 3:44 a.m. December 22nd, 2021. That's what I was thinking, type shit, like in this closet. And it was like I run it all the way up to the point where I start dangling in here. Get on my knees. My knees can't touch, so I'm dangling. And I said I'm gonna hang at dawn because I told myself I was gonna kill myself late at night at 12 o'clock. And then the beat switches. And that's supposed to be, and I always tell people that's supposed to be the renaissance, I guess, of the song. And it's the kicker. Because the topic of the second portion of the beat, or when the beat switches, the topic, it's the same, but it's like I start talking about all the shit you could lose in the act of killing yourself. Like, you'll never have kids. You'll lose the smaller things about life. Like, I noticed that sometimes, like when I took a road trip to Atlanta, and I noticed something about myself. Like, I damn near cried at the fact that, like, just looking at the scenery, just seeing it, just like looking at, it's like abandoned houses off in big rows of wheat fields, and I'm just looking like, who is there one day? Is somebody there today? What is there? And it looks abandoned, but I know that at one point it was probably thriving. And I'm looking at houses on the mountain with beautiful scenery. I took pictures. And it's the smaller things about life, shit like that just make you, it's like something to live for. If you can't find nothing, find something. And all the people who love you, that you feel like they didn't give a fuck about you, who really do, is just, people don't tell each other they love each other every day. So it's sometimes it's just good to tell somebody that you love just randomly. Sometimes just tell them, like, I love you, you know? Even though you might feel like that's an understanding. What's known ain't gotta be, what's understood ain't gotta be said, you feel me? What's known ain't gotta be said. That's how some people feel with love. Like, well, you know I love you. You shouldn't even question it. But sometimes, some people, they question it. They can't help but to question it. Because they questioning themselves, so they question everything. So sometimes it's good to just remind them sometimes, I love you. You know? But I say that to say that all of that over time, like just me seeing these folks and how they living, and just coming more to terms of what I'm dealing with depression, and realizing that mental illness is real, and stop denying it, I realized that it's good to cry sometimes. And I forgot to mention the fact that in the song You, I cried real tears in that song. And that brings up a whole different beast That brings up a whole different beast. I'm almost done. But what it says this, that for one, I'm a real artist because I gave none about the quality of sound or how good this song would sound. I gave 100% effort into how much emotion can I put into this song to give the best output as possible. I recorded it probably fucking 50 times over. But why I feel like that's such a big deal, why I cried in a song, like some niggas would be like, oh, you a bitch, nigga, fuck, nigga, you crying in a song, fuck wrong with dude, he a bitch. No, I'm actually outthinking you. I'm on a level so fucking high above what you can comprehend. If you're thinking like that by the time I get up, you're gonna be like, damn, maybe this nigga was right. That's the only time they gonna fucking realize it. Because it takes a certain type of person to want to do something like that. It takes a certain type of meaning for this song to have to do something like that. Nobody does that because they feel like they have to have a persona or nobody can see that side of you. But really, that's the side they want to see. That's why you shoot the videos and behind the scenes and all that shit, because they want to see how you actually are. They want to see what your personality is like. You can put your personality, you can put who you are in the music. You can put it in the music. It might not be in the same lane that you want yourself to be in, but it's gonna be in the lane that you're supposed to be in. You're gonna vibe more with that type of music, with emotion, with real emotions, and being yourself on your tracks. You're gonna vibe with people who are more closely to you. And also, on top of that, it adds a different aspect to it, because now with certain type of rap, it comes a certain type of lifestyle, because rap is not only just music, it's a lifestyle. And so it'll be like, okay, for like a drug rapper who talks about like sipping lean and smoking weed and doing all different kind of drugs, they're gonna be more like an addict type rapper. They're gonna be more like an addict. They're gonna be on all different kind of drugs. A nigga that's rapping about making money some niggas rap about having a lot of money with no money, but 9 times out of 10 he might be a grade A trapper getting the bag in. And then a nigga who talk about sliding on niggas doing drills, that's what he into. He might not be doing it, but he might one day. Or he might have did them 1 or 2 and just exaggerate the next few. You feel me? And with that being said, that what you rapping, that lifestyle that you portraying, if you ever blow up, that's the lifestyle that you are going to be in. You're going to have to be that. Or if not, be damn near close to it. Because it can't be no flaw in your character at that point. With that being said, when you rap about that shit, the hard shit and doing drills and making money, and not necessarily making money, but sometimes, but doing drills, hitting niggas, I got ops, I'm sliding niggas, hitting hits. When you rap that, niggas want to do that to you to see if you bout it, or they want to test you, or they trying to step you in their area 9 times out of 10 doing a show. So they want to see if you bout it. You run up on that nigga territory like you hot shit, be about it. But if you dive off into a different lane, be yourself, talk about real emotions, you're gonna get more reasonable people who relate to you more, who really just wanna fuck with you, wanna, you feel me, feel your vibe, like wanna be in that vibe. So why not create music that's in that vibe? That's all I'm saying. I hope that I said things more a little cohesive in this one. Sorry, it was long. I ramble a lot. But that was episode 2, and that was just my talks on my journey with depression and suicide. Few little stories from childhood. And that's the Always on Top podcast, and I'm out.